Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm so happy that YouTube cooperated there because it just told me I was not allowed to go live twice in a row, and I'm not sure what that was all about. So, if you are here, feel free to say hello and pop in the chat where you are in the world. So, I am coming here for you guys right now from beautiful BC in Canada. And I hope you guys are all having a really great day. So, in this live, I am just going to be coming on to talk a little bit about the next season of my seasonal membership program, which is called the Feral Self Care Collective. And not to brag on myself too much here, but I would say that this is the most novel, the most interesting, and the most affordable program that I've definitely seen. I've never seen anything like this, which is exactly why I created it. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about it and how it can benefit you. So if you are here right now, Pete, please feel free to like this video. It helps so much for other people to find it, and pop in the chat if you are here so that I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm just going to take a look here. Oh, it's Sarah. Hello, Sarah. Hello from California, which is so amazing. How are you guys all doing? Guys, this year I have unexpected allergies this year. I don't usually have seasonal allergies, but like here we are. So I'm having one of those days where I feel like I am absolutely full of stuff here. So hello April. So good to see you. Hello from Indiana. Hello. Oh my goodness. I isn't the internet amazing that we can all connect like this? So just so that you guys no, in this video, I'm going to be talking a bit about my seasonal membership program. So, by seasonal membership program, this program is a 3-month long or 12-week long program that we run 4 times a year. And it's so interesting because if you've watched my videos on chaos magic, if you've watched my videos on being a practicing witch with ADHD, you will know that for me personally, I have a few rules, right? And those govern the work that I do, whether it be one-to-one sessions with people or whether it be the stuff I write about in my books. And those are essentially that it needs to be easy, it needs to be fun and novel in order to be motivating, and that we need to be taking actual action when it comes to our spiritual wellness and self care practices, because it can be all too easy to fall into the trap of reading all the books, approaching ourselves as like problems that need to be fixed, and trying to like really reinvent the wheel, right? So in spirituality in general, there can be this tendency for everybody to try and look for like the next thing that's going to fix everything, or the next thing that is going to make it all better or make it make sense, when really like life is an experiential process that we have to engage with in an ongoing basis of like push and pull. Hopefully that's making sense to people. If you guys are here watching this right now or watching this on replay, feel free to drop in the comments below like what is the biggest barrier for you when it comes to doing your shadow work, when it comes to having a spiritual practice that is really consistent. So in my personal experience, and you guys know I've been like very open and honest about my life and my journey that I've been on that's really led me to be in this place where now I write books and do things like that, is that I really struggled a lot with mental health issues. I mean, that's always going to be something that is a part of my life. So I don't really like saying struggled, but I've definitely found some ways to cope with it. And this really informs the work that I do now. And it was really in my experience, I had a lot of feeling like things weren't working, but really, if I was like brutally honest with myself, I wasn't being actionable enough in my practice. I wasn't being consistent enough in my practice. Now, there's a variety of reasons why we struggle with consistency with our spiritual wellness practice, with our self care practices. Usually, time is one of the things that people, a common like complaint, right? Is like not having the time, not having the energy, not having like the ideas, that functional freeze thing that happens when we get 20 minutes to ourselves and we're like, ugh, Like, what do I do now that can lead us to doing things that are not really super helpful or supportive for our self care just because we haven't really set ourselves up for success? So, because I found that those were big issues that I have, and because I've made like a big shift in my business to try and make everything more actionable, so that people that I work with come away with more takeaways, more things that they can use to go forward in the future, and like ultimately more transformative results. I created this program so that it would be a done for you 12-week experience where each week, like no matter what is happening in your life, no matter what's on fire, no matter what's blowing up, like, for example, right now in my life, I feel like there's, a lot of things happening. And I'm like, oh, but I know that tonight I am going to be facilitating a session for the collective. So we have a guest speaker coming on tonight, which is really exciting. But I know that at least, like, no matter what's going on in my week, I know at least on the collective days, I'm going to have time to practice. I'm going to have an experience. I'm going to learn something new and novel that's going to make it fresh, that's going to make it compelling. Oh, hi, Heidi. So good to see you. So the next season of the collective starts on July 7th. Now, we created this program to really check a lot of those boxes, right? Make it actionable, right? So every single week we do an actionable tool, practice, or experience. It might be a guided meditation, might be an active imagination session, or it might be like a playful creativity session where we're doing shadow work, but we're doing it in an artistic way. We're trying to really connect with our subconscious mind, and find that creative healing and growth, right? So when we created this program, we were so excited about the ability to do it seasonally, because then each season we get 6 guest speakers. So it's not just facilitated by myself, it's facilitated by myself and a variety of guest speakers. So you get lots of tools, practices, and experiences from not only me, but from other people. I know for myself, being a neurodivergent witch, and a bit of a nerd, I really like to learn different perspectives, different experiences. And a lot of like the spirituality stuff can seem very full of shit, or it's like a little too fluffy. There's not like a lot of the stuff on how to make it actionable. So we really made this to be creative, to be novel, to be transformative for you, and to be actionable. So next season starts on July 7th, you guys. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be July 7th to September 28th. So again, 12 weeks of weekly stuff for less than the price of like what some people charge for one single class. Like, you will not find this anywhere else. And so this season, I'm really excited in this video to talk about the guest speakers that are going to be in this season. Now, I always love the guest speakers we have in every season, but this season is like very potent, very powerful. So we do a variety of like playful / creative magic things, and also like the deep inner work, but we try and keep it light, keep it playful, and really keep it actionable, because I don't think that just getting lecture really helps us. I think what actually helps us move the needle experientially, because life is experiential, is actually doing the things, which is why we set this up, so that you don't have to think about anything. You don't have to think of any ideas. It's literally done for you. You just show up for 60 to 90 minutes, and I will tell you, it makes such a massive difference. We have some truly incredible testimonials from people who have been in it already. So I'm just going to pop into the chat here again. My blocks tend to be a lack of motivation and sometimes not knowing what to do, feeling stuck or stagnant. Absolutely. And that's exactly why we created this, is because my blocks were very similar, right? So it can feel very demotivating when I find personally for myself, I'm not going to say this is your case, but for myself, if I'm not motivated to practice, typically it's because I'm not connecting with what I'm doing, or it's not novel enough, right? Like, we kind of live in a world where we have been trained to milk dopamine from like here, there, and everywhere. And so it can be a lot more fun if there are things that are fresh, if they are playful, they are creative, and they're things that you can add to your toolkit moving forward, so that that kind of analysis paralysis or functional freeze doesn't kick in quite so much. Urva Girl is saying, I have the same issues. Yes, it's very frustrating, very discouraging, you guys. That's kind of why we created all of this and why we try and keep the price so accessible for everyone. So, guys, without much ado, do you guys want to hear about the guest speakers for this season? Let's see. Just going to pop and look at my notes for the guest speakers. So, you guys, I'm really excited because these guest speakers, I'm so excited about them. I'm excited about them I'm excited about them every single time, but this time there's going to be a lot of really deep depth work. So we are going to have, if you guys know Hannah O'Neill, so Hannah the Suburban Witch, so from Suburban Witchery, you might know her on social media, is she is going to be coming in to give us an introduction to psychic divination. I am so excited for Hannah's session because Hannah actually teaches psychic divination courses. So she is going to be coming in and teaching us the an introduction to psychic divination. This is for people, if you're wondering, am I a little psychic? If you think, am I intuitive? Well, you absolutely are. And Hannah is going to help you figure out how to really double down on your natural skills and make it easy on yourself with a divination system that can be kind of just as unique, just as brightly shining as you are. Okay. So the next guest speaker, and like, by the way, guys, half of these sessions are facilitated solely by me. Like, I host all of them. So I'm always there. I'm always facilitating the group, etc. But I will get into my stuff after the guest speakers because, I kind of want to give them a moment to shine because I'm just so excited. Like, I work really hard to find guest speakers that are going to be novel, that are going to give like really good experiences, and that are going to give you guys like a variety of tools. So this program isn't for people who like, oh, I identify as a witch, or I identify as this, or I identify as that. As you guys know, in my world, we are completely non-dogmatic. We are very chaos magic approach. And so I like to give people a variety of perspectives and experiences. We've had guest speakers that were Buddhist. We have had guest speakers that were identified animists. We have had guest speakers that were that I don't even know what they would identify as, because what actually matters is what you guys are getting, the actionable tools, practices, and experiences. So the next speaker, which I'm really excited about as well, is Julissa of Pax Paint. So oh man, I wish I could share my screen here because I would love for you guys to see. So she is a visionary artist. So Julissa, she's actually here on YouTube as well. So shout out to Julissa, but she is a visionary artist who had a brain injury that changes the way that she sees color. And so her paintings are these really incredible, vivid dreamscapes. She's gone viral a couple times recently. One was for a painting that she did of that deep sea creature that came up into the light. Her paintings are usually magenta, purplish, very ethereal. If you don't follow Pax Paints online, please go find her because she's amazing. But essentially, she is going to be coming on and giving us a session on techniques for finding inspiration to create junk journal spreads, and about how junk journaling can be transformative for creativity and finding and connecting with our authentic selves. So this is very on theme for us here over in Feral Self-Care World. So I'm so excited about Julissa. And I just find her to be so inspiring because a lot of people can go through situations where they have an injury or they have something happen, in the realm of ability, and it can stop them. And she has really just, what she creates is so beautiful and such a powerful transmission. Like, even looking at her paintings and stuff, she is just, there's no other word than to say that she's an incredibly magical visionary artist. So So the next guest speaker is Sean from New Earth Healing Center. And you guys, this is so exciting. So Sean, he is truly such a magical soul. He's a sound healer. He does rose and Akashic record readings, and he is going to be coming in and hosting a 90-minute deep dive into the Akashic records. So what they are, how he connects with them, and how you can begin to open your own. So if you are interested in psychic divination, in creativity, in Akashic records, like already, this is so much. And I'm not even done, you guys. I'm not even done, you guys. This is very exciting. I'm like so looking forward to the season. Although, truth be told, I look forward to every season because I craft them with my beautiful dopamine seeking gremlin brain for people who are like me. Now, so I'm really excited about Sean's session. Sean's personal story as well is so inspiring and so moving. His journey to opening up to his own abilities and to his abilities as a healer. He's actually local to me, and I've had the joy of meeting him before, and we actually took some sound healing training together. So I'm really excited to have Sean. So next up, we have Alistair Ballantyne. So Alistair Ballantyne is going to be hosting a session on using the magician archetype from tarot and how we can embody that by recognizing different emotional stimuli and how they shape our world depending on the situation. So Alistair is somebody who I really vibe with. I feel like he is just so woefully underfollowed on social media. Like, I don't understand why he doesn't have like millions of more people, because he's so amazing and I just vibe with everything he says. That he really works with people when it comes to same stuff as me, mindset, magic, like really trying to shift our perspective and shift how we orient towards things like play, joy, happiness, optimism, positivity, that sort of thing. And then also using those insights in order to be more resilient and have more depth in life. So I'm really excited about Alistair's session. You know me, you know I'm a young girly, you know I'm a fucking shadow work girly, and I love everything active imagination. I love everything archetype work. Like, I don't work with deities in my practice. I work with archetypes, and I'm really looking forward to his session. So if you guys are watching this and you're curious or you want to join, there is a link in the description below. If you are watching this, do your girl a favor and subscribe to this channel and like this video. It's so helpful. So if you are into all things grounded spirituality, I am your psycho spiritual bestie, and I'm so glad that you're here. So the next guest speaker, y'all, I'm not even done. Like I said, this is the most action-packed, affordable, magical program you are ever going to find. It's like, okay, guys, I'm just gonna come out here and say it. I don't even care how it makes me sound. This is a hidden gem, because I'm telling you, we should have 80 billion peoples in this, because this is just incredible. It is just that good. That's all I'm saying. That's just me. Oh my God. See, and I facilitate all the live sessions. So yeah, you get to hang out with me once a week, which is also fun. Next person is Gray Strega Tarot. So I'm not sure if you know her from online. She is so incredible, so amazing. And ooh, she is just such a powerful human being, a powerful witch. So she is coming in to do a mystical animist / poetry class to connect with a power animal and create your own creative poetry piece in order to honor this connection. I'm so excited about this one because she is such a magical being, and she has such an incredible, like, I follow her on her Grace Strega tarot page, but also she has a separate page for poetry, and her poetry is just, she definitely has a poet's way of approaching life and looking at the world, which I'm so absolutely obsessed with. So the next guest speaker that we have, you guys, can you believe I just keep going? It's so funny. Okay, so the next guest speaker is Cara Claymore. So Cara Claymore is coming in to do elemental magical fitness with us. And I'm really excited about this because the way she approaches these topics is so mystical. It's an animist perspective, and it's something that I'm actually really excited to incorporate into my own practice. I'm not a fitness person, so I'm just going to throw that right out there. But I would say that I am very obsessed. And those of you who have done one-to-one work with me, Delusionally Sexy or anything, which is my confidence program, will know that I'm very into somatic healing, right? Medicinal movement. For me, it's very hard for me to sit with my emotions. I don't know about you guys, but when it's like sit with your feelings, I want to crawl out of my own skin. And back in the day, that's when I would self-harm and stuff because I just could not hold it in. So now at the space I'm in my life right now is like somatics is a really great way to move through that, which means using your body, using this physical vessel in whatever way feels fit. Like I will tell you, I'm the most clumsy, the least coordinated person you're ever going to meet, like literally ever. But it still works. So that's the thing. When it comes to creativity, when it comes to movement, when it comes to these things that are very primal, feral, human things, they don't have to be for other people's consumptions. They're a way for us to transmute our feelings and to move into something that feels a little more grounded and more powerful. So when in Kara's session, we're going to learn foundational principles of fitness and strength training, but through the lens of working with the elements of earth, air, fire, and water. This animistic visionary framework is designed to deepen the physical self-connection as well as anchor your movement practice. So you don't even have to be like a fitness buff or anything like that into the power of the natural world. And I just love everything about that. So what are we thinking of the guest speakers, you guys? I get so excited about this. I get so like fired up, and I actually feel so grateful to be able to meet such cool facilitators and such cool people, because as the person hosting it, I'm there every season, so I get to learn new things every single time. And again, like I said, 12 weeks of actionable stuff. So when my life is blowing up, when I'm like, oh my God, I can't even, I know, okay, on Tuesday, we're going to be doing this. Now, just to be clear, if you cannot make the live sessions, we have everything hosted in a member area. That means you can watch the replays at your leisure. So there's two types of people who join this program. I'm not going to lie. There's two types of people. One type of person is really there for the community, and they're in the Facebook group, they're chatting, they're talking, they're sharing their art, their artistic creations that we make. They're kind of like interacting, they're on the live calls. Like there's that type of person. And then there's also people that join the collective literally because they just want a bank of fun shit that they can learn at their leisure, whether it's 2 a.m. their time, whether it's like whatever, they don't really want to like have the community group aspect. And honestly, all are welcome. Everybody who is in my world, whether it is my one-to-one sessions or my energy readings or anything that I do and create, I want it to be low pressure for you. One of the biggest disservices that we do in the modern spiritual community, in the modern self-care conversation, is having that dimension of when we're trying to grow, when we're trying to heal, when we're trying to overcome things, turning that into yet another area of life where we're falling short, right? I don't know if anyone's experienced that. I certainly have, where all of a sudden I'm like, well, I really suck at self-care. God, I'm shit at self-care. And it's like, oh my God, no. Or like, oh, I missed this moon, so I must be a terrible witch. I'm not very good at spirituality. Absolutely freaking not. I don't like that in my world because I believe this is our escape hatch. This is how we hack the mundane. This is how we heal and grow and evolve. And so it needs to be a space where we are vigorously and vehemently non-self-judgmental. Do you guys want to hear about the sessions that I'm going to be facilitating? Let me know. I'm just going to pop in the chat here for a second. Okay. When I started out, I felt so frustrated because I found so many things emphasizing visualizations, and I have aphantasia, so I can't see the crazy thing about that. Okay, so the crazy thing about that is I also have I have aphantasia. Aphantasia is interesting because there's degrees of it, and I will say that my aphantasia, I've had a couple like full visual experiences now since doing the Gateway Project and since doing so much active imagination stuff in this program, that's been really kind of out of left field for me. Like I'm still trying to process it. But I'm actually a diehard visualizer despite having aphantasia. And I actually have a short clip on my channel somewhere where I'm talking with Aiden Wachter about visualizing with aphantasia, because I actually personally think you don't need to be able to visualize for aphantasia. It's kind of like, I view it more as an archetype type of perspective, right? So if you've watched a movie and you know a movie has a specific vibe or something, you can kind of figure that out without actually having to see it, right? Or if I say, like, imagine being in the arms of somebody who truly loves you, that has like a transmission, a frequency. It has an energetic signature that really rises above the vision. Now, in the short video that I have somewhere here on this channel, it'll be probably a little while back now, but Aiden Wachter is talking about stating what you're doing aloud as you're doing it. So the example he gave is like, if you're doing something in blue fire, you say it out loud. I will say that I've not found it to be too much of a barrier not seeing things, but I can understand it can be really frustrating. Okay. I have no idea where you find your guest speakers, but I really love the variety and the seasonal membership. Thank you so much, Sarah. That means a lot to me. And it's again, because I like variety. I like learning new things. I love novelty. Like I'm one of these people as a manifesting generator. 1-3 line, guys, if you're human design nerds. And if you don't know your human design, come book a reading with me. But I really love to learn from a variety of perspectives, because to me, I think your spiritual practice, if you want to be consistent and have fun with it, I believe that it should be something that is your spiritual playground, right? Sitting around doing shadow work, thinking about the shit in your life that didn't work out or anything like that, that's not motivating and not fun. But doing creative finger paint where you're trying to like do that way of getting into the depths of your subconscious, or drawing your shadows, or doing something that is really inherently fulfilling and motivating on its own, because it's fun, because it's playful, and because it's creative and novel. We live in a fast food attention span world, and we have all of our consciousness has adjusted accordingly. So how do we move up about how do we kind of bump up against that and get ahead of it, is by understanding that and giving ourselves permission to play, to have novelty, to have more fun. Because one of the things I hate about modern spirituality is that there's this air to it about, and I mean, I talk about it enough on this channel. I'm probably boring everyone by now, but there's this air to it. It's like, I'm getting deeper levels of understanding. Oh my gosh, I've unlocked the secrets of the universe. So juicy and powerful, when really it's like, sometimes we just need to sit down and do the things and practice and see what we vibe with and what we don't. Because if we don't ever try it out, if we don't ever get our heads out of the books, if we don't ever stop pinning the things we're never actually going to do, we're not going to know what is a full body fuck yes for us and a full body fuck no. Okay, you guys want to hear about my sessions? Looking here. So I find my guest speakers, I honestly, sometimes I put out calls on threads. Like I found Grace Draga Tarot that way. I said, I had a download, an intuitive download, and I said, I feel like I need somebody that is going to host a poetry practice, like a transmutation poetry practice that is really taking like our inner selves and taking it and turning it into something creative. And then I found her through there. But a lot of these are people that I've worked with before. A lot of them are people that I just really vibe with their work. So when I see something that I want to learn, I'm like, hey, do you want to come and join the collective? Our goal is to get this to like 100 members. Like I want this to get enough people for it to be really sustainable to do forever, because I want to reach as many people as possible. We keep the price low because we want it to be an absolute effing no brainer for people to join, because I think that that's how we heal the world. I think if more of us are practicing, more of us are engaging with our own depths, with our own spirituality, and we're healing on an individual level, that is how we influence the collective, right? I think that we all have a responsibility to ourselves, to the collective, and to the people in our world to show up to life more authentic, more spiritually connected, more tapped in, and more self-accepting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm 41 and I'm absolutely fucking tired of spending and wasting my energy feeling like I'm not measuring up. So one thing that is really, really important is to just get into your life, get into your practice, and really get and play and get in touch with yourself. Okay. Let me see. Oh, April, I'm so glad you signed up. We're so happy to have you. It is very fun, very beneficial, you guys. So, just not to toot my own horn, it's too bad that I can't actually share my screen here, but that is okay. Some of the testimonials we've had. So, how do I, and these are on my website. If you want to see these testimonials for yourself, feel free to click the link below. How do I love the Feral Self Care Collective? Let me count the ways I've been in a tsunami of physical and mental health crises. Is that the right word, though? It looks so odd. Over the last few years, following both personal and universal grief of the COVID years, giving myself some space and grace to creatively play has been the best gift I've given myself in years and years. Oh, did I mention when the season started, we are working hard to secure my husband a new job? He got the job, by the way, not saying I alone manifested more money and a welcome move, all of which is colossal and ripples out into every aspect of everything. But I'm not saying the collective energy didn't help. I love that testimonial because it just goes to show that when you play more, when you have more fun, when you're more spiritually connected, it really does ripple throughout your life. Like, it's crazy how just 60 to 90 minutes per week consistently can actually change how you move, how you show up for yourself, and how you show up to the outside world. Another testimonial we got, the Feral Self Care Collective is exactly what I've been looking for, a like minded community in a highly moderated environment, zero drama, all striving for similar goals with similar values. And with Mandy M at the helm, she keeps me moving in a somewhat linear direction without making me feel pressured in any way to conform or report in. As an instructional designer professionally, I can highly vouch for her style, tools, and approach. She clearly knows what she's doing. Zero recommendations or improvements. It's all here. You know, I should just get her to write my whole website stuff because that is beautiful. So if you are just popping in right now, I'm talking about my 12-week membership, the Feral Self-Care Collective. Feel free to subscribe and like this video if you like grounded spirituality and chaotic old ladies talking to you about self-care and fun. So, I'm so excited about the speakers, and your excitement is so infectious. I'm so excited, you guys, because like I said, this has been a godsend for me personally. Although in this case, the God is me because I arranged it. So y'all know. Sarah, I'm really excited about the speakers. I'm so curious about all of them. God, they're going to be amazing. And I haven't even said my session. So like, imagine getting all of that for less than the price of your average one single class. Y'all, do your girl a favor. Tell your friends, tell your friends, tell your mama. This is going to be the best thing ever. Also, just so you know, the replays, you have access to the replays for, we're saying a year. It's like kind of indefinitely, but we're saying a year just because the nature of digital stuff is like sometimes we have to change websites, that sort of thing. But I'll say at least for a year, which should give you like more than enough time to watch the replays if you cannot watch them. But I will say that, you know, it's really good if you commit to doing something and commit to doing it on an ongoing basis. If you commit to doing these things weekly, whether you show up live or watch it on replay, you will actually get the most from it because you're going to be putting action behind your words, right? And that's what this is all about. It's all about action. Okay. Registration is open. So we close registration on July 7th is when the season starts. And once the season, guys, once the seasons close, by the nature of like what it is a once in a lifetime experience. So each season, once it closes for entry, we can't like get people in once the season has started. So you have to join before the season starts to get the season. And each season is a standalone experience. That just makes it kind of fair for everybody. So you have until July 7th, but I would say that if you are excited to hop in, if I were you, I would try and grab your spot. Okay, so now we're going to talk about my session, you guys. I was going to read more testimonials, but I feel like I'm just going on and on and on. Okay. Thank you guys for being here for my lives. Thank you to everybody who has liked this video and who's popping into the chat here. I really appreciate it, you guys. Okay. So my sessions. So I'll be doing the opening ceremony. So each season we do an open ceremony, and I'm going to, in this one, be doing a guided active imagination process. The reason why we do this is to kind of tap into the archetype or feeling of the season, right? We try and anchor ourselves into the space and get our subconscious kind of aligned with our conscious desires, right? Because that's kind of what all of this stuff is really about, is getting some congruency between the things we say we want and the things we're actually doing. Then I'm going to be doing a session another week, which is going to be a hemispheric sigil painting session. I'm so excited about this one, you guys. So this purpose of this one is to integrate the subconscious mind and conscious intentions. So in this one, we're going to be doing a practice. It's going to be a painting, like a creative art practice that is sort of like a shadow work practice, but it's trying to get our subconscious and conscious mind in congruence. So very excited about that one. So if you guys are interested in sigils or creative art magic, this one is going to be for you. I'm also going to be doing a session that is going to be a color healing energy work experience. So this is going to be something that we can all do together, but theoretically you'll be able to take the replay and you'll be able to go forward and do this yourself moving forward. So this is going to be a color healing energy work practice. I'm also going to be doing a somatic release rage ritual, you guys. I'm so excited about this. I love, you guys, if you're in my free group, then you probably already know. It's all about the nervous system, you guys. It's all about getting those feelings, those emotions, all that pent up bullshit, allowing it to move through us and move through our bodies. So I'll be hosting a somatic rage release session. So as you can see, all these seasons have so many different elements. If you're interested in somatics, if you're interested in meditation, if you're interested in archetypes, active imagination, creative magic, drawing, poetry, that sort of thing. This really does cover all of your bases, not to mention the cool sessions we have on divination, Akashic records, etc. Then I will be hosting the closing ceremony for the season. I don't have that one super lined up now because I really like the energy of the space and the energy of the group to do some of that. So as an intuitive, I'm an intuitive energy reader. So check out my readings and stuff if you're interested in that. But I really like to allow the energy of the group and the space to come together to help me determine the sort of sessions that we're going to do. And when it comes to the closing sessions, these are really intended to kind of seal the experience and anchor it in. Now, our hope is that you join every season, obviously. I mean, then we get to play together for even longer. But that's kind of what those closing ceremonies are all about. So, my goodness gracious, you guys, I feel like I've just yap. I'm wondering, does anybody here have any comments? Do you have any questions? Are you guys looking forward to this one, you guys? Like I said, I've never seen, the closest thing to this program I've ever seen would probably be like one of those kind of like a summit experience, but those are usually just like a couple days, whereas this is actually, it's like 3 months. It's 12 weeks of consistent practice, right? You don't have to have that functional freeze. You don't have to have that analysis paralysis, because we are going to be doing it all for you. Like, we just say, this is the materials you need, which is usually pretty minimal. Usually you need things like maybe paint, paper, a notebook, like sometimes candles. Like, it's not meant to be something where you need a lot of things. So those of you that have been in my world for a while know that I'm a big fan that you don't have to have all the tools. You don't have to have all the things. You don't need to like make a 48-step morning routine in order to move the needle. You just need to be consistent and place action where it needs to go. So if you are saying to yourself, I want to be more consistent, I want to feel less anxious, I want to do this, that, or the other, and you actually want to put, your whole self behind it by, committing and actually buying into a thing like this, it can be really helpful for you. Okay. Let me just look. All right. I'm so excited. We'll be registering soon. Amazing. Make sure you are on my email list as well so you don't miss anything. I give updates and stuff there, although you guys are kind of getting the skinny now. And if you haven't yet, please like this video. It's so helpful for me. And if you know anybody that you think that this would be fun for, feel free to share it. We have had people in the past who have gotten this program as a gift for their friends, which has been really fun because I love to see the energy of like friends doing it together and like really doing it as like a shared experience. I think that brings such a beautiful element to it. And I do have gift cards available on my website where you can actually buy the purchase amount for a friend. So you can actually get yourself a spot and get your friend a spot. I love that when people have done that as a gift. And it's so much fun. And ultimately, it's like anything, you get what you put into it. So I am setting the table for everybody. I am setting the stage. I'm bringing the people in. I'm arranging the classes. I'm doing the topics. I'm hosting. I'm doing all of these things. I'm making the community. I'm facilitating it. But ultimately, it's if you want to come in and you really do want to have more depth and consistency and like more importantly, more playfulness, more motivation, more creativity in your practice, that is who this was meant for. This is a program that I wished existed. For so long, I wish this existed because what I would do is I would read 500 more books and I would do all the things. And I'd be like, maybe if I learn this modality or that modality or this one, when really all I needed to do was put some focused effort and intention into actually practicing on a consistent basis. Now, feel free to pop any questions here while I'm still on so that I can answer them. But I will say you're gonna want to grab your spot. Try not to put it off too long, you guys, because if you want in, you are going to want in. Again, every season is a standalone experience. So once this season starts, it is closed for registration. You can't get in. So each season has 6 new guest speakers. I do new topics. I do new activities. And so you're gonna want to get in. I tried to make it so that somebody could even buy in for the entire year. If you got all 4 seasons, it's still, this is the part I might have to change this too because I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Because I do pay my guest speakers and everything, but I tried to make it so it was still less expensive than your average program. I've seen like 4-week programs that cost like so much more than this, which is crazy to me. But I want everybody out there healing. I want everybody to know that it's simple. I'm so tired of the bullshit in the self-care. I'm so tired of the bullshit in the spirituality. And I just want people to be like putting their head down, eyes on their own paper, actually practicing and healing in their own lives. Cause that's how I think we change the world, to be honest. Just going to read another testimonial just because it's a really good one that really meant a lot to me. Again, if you have questions, let me know. Obsessed. Mandy's Feral Self-Care Collective has been such a fun group to be a part of. It's fun looking forward to something every week, whether it's a guest speaker, a visualization, an artsy or somatic practice. I'm hooked. It's been a supportive community and I look forward to season 2. So this was someone from season 1. I've kept play and fun and art more top of mind and in practice lately and have been leaning into more of what makes me happy over the past 2 months. I've also been attracting more soul clients than ever before and getting paid more than double what I was earning. Isn't that crazy? I've had a couple testimonials where people are like, oh my God, I'm getting paid more. I'm doing this more. I'm doing that more, which is like so amazing. Coincidence? I doubt it. I highly recommend signing up. You won't be disappointed. So, just popping back in the chat here. Ooh, my allergies are starting again. Okay, so junk journaling is fun and you can keep all the little things that bring you joy. Yeah, so I think actually Julissa, who is going to be facilitating that session, she actually just did like an art show in person where it was actually had like ephemera from her process of an artist, which is really cool to see. So I highly recommend going and finding her. I'm so looking forward to this. This is definitely something I need in my life. Girl, I feel like we all need this in our lives. So thank you so much. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'll probably leave you guys to it. But I am really, really excited about this. We've had such interesting sessions. I'm just looking in my notebook. Um, oh, I have the wrong book with me. I was going to show a couple of the interesting drawings and things that we had done in the other seasons, but I can do that in a different video. Is there? Yeah, so there is a supply list. The supply list will be released sooner to the date, but to be honest, April, the supplies is typically like I use my kids' shitty finger paint. I use that. We try and make it so that you don't need a ton of things. So typically the supply list is like a notebook, a pen, sometimes paper, and a candle. That's usually it. If you have art supplies, you know, pencil, crayons, we've had all sorts of things. And if you look on my Instagram, you guys, I've shared a lot of the results of our painting sessions, our creative magic sessions. So I will say, April, the supply list for this one will be coming out closer to the date, but this one is just going to be like a notebook, a pen, a candle, and some paint for the sigil session. So yeah, perfect. Should already have all that. Yeah. So this is the thing. I didn't want this to be another thing that's just more classes, more theory, more whatever. Like, I really wanted this to be like, yes, we'll give you enough theory, like enough context for you to actually be able to do the things, but I don't want it to be like, this is a school. It is not a school. It is a school of experience. It's a school of doing, a school of life. And so essentially, we just want it to be that, you know, we give you the context, we teach you how to tap into the things, or we just provide an experience like a meditation or a breath work. Like this season, we have somebody coming in and teaching us breath work, which is going to be really exciting because that's more in the category of an experience. So you just show up, we do the thing, and then you leave with another thing in your toolkit. You guys, is it weird to be this obsessed with your own creation? Because I will tell you, I'm very obsessed with this. Every season has just been like so much fun, so amazing, so much novelty. So yes, we don't want you to have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. We want you to come as you are and get what you can from it. So that is that. So if you guys have any, if you want to learn more about this, although this is probably is pretty comprehensive right now, feel free to check the link below, and grab your spot, guys. It's a limited time experience. And if you're anything like me, you might be like, oh, I'll sign up for it later and then forget, which is what I tend to do, which is always disappointing, but make sure you grab your seat because it's going to be so much fun. We have a Facebook group as well where we can kind of just talk. So we do our live sessions and then we do follow-up threads where we share our work, like if we are doing a poem or if we did a guided meditation, active imagination, we'll share our experiences because often the people in our lives aren't as heavily invested into our spiritual growth as we are. And so this is like a community experience for you. If you want to talk about the things you've done, if you want to share your, if you want to share your junk journaling, if you want to share your paintings, if you want to share your experience when you tried to, tap into your psychic divination or Akashic records, that is what the group is for. And y'all that are in my spaces know that I like them to be fun. I like them to be casual. I like them to be easy. I'm not one of these people that's gonna put on the like, I'm such a goddess. Like, no, we are all incredible magical spirits. We don't need to do the window dressing. We just need to get to work and get to practicing so that we can change our lives and how they feel. I know since even facilitating this program, which you would think would be like, well, if I'm facilitating, it's like I'm working, but it's not. I'm actually doing the things as well, which makes it so good for me, which means that, I show up to life a little less stressed out, even when there's things going on in my life, little more, you know, like actually having a little less anxiety, having a little bit more fun, and making sure that no matter what happens, I don't have an excuse to not do the things because it's literally bundled up and handed to me. And that's the kind of experience I'm hoping for you guys as well. So feel free to check my link below to join the collective. Thank you so much for being here, guys. If you have questions, feel free to just keep popping them in the chat. Please like this video. Please feel free to share this program with anyone that you think would enjoy it. It is guys so much fun. And again, it's 12 whole weeks with me and 6 guest speakers. So that's 7 facilitators. You are going to learn so much. You are going to do so much, and just wait and see what your life looks like after the end of the 3 months. There's links below also to find me on social media. If you have not followed me on the other socials, feel free to do that. Although I am focusing more on YouTube now, because then I can yap, right? And it feels like a lot more of a win-win for me. And then also I have my readings, my one-to-one sessions. You guys, my 3-month one-to-one sessions are on sale right now. And I know that there's been people who have been interested in doing the collective and doing 3-month container with me as well, just to make sure they get the absolute most from it. So if that's something you're into, check my links below. Again, thank you for being here, you guys. Thank you for listening to all this. And I really hope to see you in the next season of the collective. This thing is just like totally making my life right now. I love it so much. So have a great rest of your day. I'm just going to pop off and do a little bit more work. And then tonight I have a session with Tanae of Loop and Hollow. So unfortunately you can't join this season. The registration now is for next season, but we're doing working with the seasons and cycles with Tanae of Loop and Hollow, which I'm really excited about. And that's tonight. So again, even when life's blowing up, I know I've got a really cool thing that I get to do at least once per week. And so I'm so excited about that. Have a really great day, everybody. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'm so happy to see all these new faces here, and I really look forward to getting to know you all better. Bye.